Hi, Madhavi. Good morning. We'll start session in a few minutes. Before that, if you have any questions, you can ask me. If you have any questions related to career, related to any doubts, we'll start session in a few minutes. Before that, if you have any questions, you can. Hi, Mahi. Mahi.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, hi. Do you have any questions before going to actual class? You can ask me if you have any questions, concerns, doubts. Anyone have questions about market or else like ups and downs? How AI will replace any of these kind of questions still? No question, guys? Hope. Hi, Srivali. Have you been?
Oh, good.
Good morning, team.
Just only one question.
Yes. That's me.
Any example have you implemented in your workflow, in your
Sorry?
current role?
Sorry, my
Have you,
head. It's breaking.
have you implemented AI in your role, like your current workflow? Any example where you can suppose if a person from delivery team like
Yeah.
upgrades a
Example
code.
means I will tell you what is the difference between the regular IT operations management or else DevOps and this AIOps. Example, do you have a car or bike?
No, not that example. I want in real time. Have you created and implemented anything in your workflow, current workflow?
Yeah, so that one your technical trainer will teach you in a better way. I'm not the technical mentor. So this is Mahesh from KSR Data Vision. You have any apart from this technicalities? You have about career related. I'm a career coach actually. You have any doubts about why we are started AOps? What will be the difference? Current market situations. Any doubts on this part? We can discuss.
Okay, sorry, I thought it's Rajinikanth. Okay, fine,
Yeah, Rajnikant will join now in 2 minutes. Okay.
fine. Thank you.
So because lot many people having raising doubts about after the recent layoff. So if you have any concerns about that, we can. Okay. Or else Rajni will join now.
Before Rajni joins, can you please discuss about that recent layoffs? Like,
Yes, you can.
And
Compared to Rajnikant, I can explain better about the layoffs. You can ask me the layoffs questions.
yeah, if we implement AI, then it will eat our job only, right?
Yeah. So maybe you have any strategical data like what for the whom got a more layoffs?
I heard like mid-level management and senior management got fired. Those who are working for 12, 15 years in a same Oracle also got fired.
Exactly. That's almost correct. So only the jobs who got laid off means first concern will be like the old tools and repeated kind of very basic works, which is not required the much skills. The repetitive task, which can able to do automate easily. Those people. Second version will be people who are working in the same project, same company more than 5 years. Okay, and also the people who holding the package little higher than their average package. Example, a testing engineer can get up to 20, but 20 in the sense usually it's in a higher side. And those people can able to replace with two people with who can we can pay 6 lakhs, 7 lakhs, or 8 lakhs, or maximum 10 lakhs. Right?
Okay, if they
Person people like
remove
who are working in the
experienced
same
people,
project and same company more than 5 years, 6 years. That not mean everyone will get laid off, but you are doing the same work, same kind of work from a more years, right? Your job will be in risky.
would
Those
be
people got laid off,
expertise.
and also who
Uh,
are not upgrading themselves.
5 years means they got full functional knowledge on that application, right?
Yeah.
So,
So,
and
company's point of view, for them, we are a corporate police. That's it. They need to do the job. Imagine like in our home, there is a maid is there who are working for 3 years, 4 years or something. She knows about our entire home need, home things. But if she was expecting like a more package, more amount for him, but another person can able to do half of the price.
I don't
What
know.
from
Please don't
our point
compare
of view
like
will
that.
think?
If you
Hmm?
hear the scope, no, please don't compare like that. The scope of work is very little for the maid, but here functional wise, if it's, for example, take I'm only working in a progress company since last 7 years. So if I know end to end, like who are the stakeholders, at what point on time we can tackle them during an escalation. So this kind of scenarios I have faced much than any other. So how come a new person can, like, the company will think new person will come
It's a,
and
not a
handle
new
this?
person. Completely not a new person who are working in other company with a 2 3 years experience. Imagine like heartfully can tell me that same work which you are doing, a 3 years experience guy can't do.
No, I'm just giving example. I'm currently working
No,
with it's 7 months only. I just switched the
no,
company.
no. Example, that's what I'm saying. Like in reality, companies will see like a 20 lakhs package versus 10 lakhs package. The work able to do means they will go with the 10 lakhs package guy.
Not the in that sense. Like how can I explain it? If you are working in the same company, you know right at what point of time you need to
Then why
escalate
they are
and
removing
what
Mahi then?
exactly.
Then why they are
That
throwing
is
them
why
out after 5 or 6 years?
that is why I'm asking you. That is what
That's
I'm
what I'm
asking you.
trying to
Why?
tell you. You are not even listening that one. So, example in the Oracle only, why I made that kind of recent reel also. There is a one guy who are working for Oracle for 6 years, and he bought the project he made. The company sold for 16 crores,
Oh,
but still his name is on the name list. The project which he made, Oracle sold for 16 crores,
okay.
but still that guy is in the layoff list. Reason companies they won't treat us like as a, their friends, relatives or something. When they felt like the companies will have some policies like we need to be reduce the workforce for this level or something. Every year, even I worked for till 2024 two, I am working in a multiple MNC companies. After that, I moved to completely KSR. But we have a rule like every year we need to reduce at least 10% of workforce. Okay. So I have a target like I need to be showcased at least 10% FTE have to be reduced. But my manager will convince me like that not mean Mahesh, I'm not going to be remove someone else from your team. But instead of that, we will take one more new project. Example, under me there is a 10 people. You have to be utilize only 9 people for the same work by this year. The extra one workforce, I will give the new task for you. This is what why they are trying to convince me. That's true also. They didn't remove any of member from my team. But reality, there is a loss for another job, new job, right? Instead of hiring new people, they are trying to adjust with the internal people. In the high level, companies will have some rules and regulations. They want to reduce their entire workforce, or they want to reduce their cost cutting. During the cost cutting, which is the best for them? Reducing workforce or else reducing the some maintenance or whatever they will think in the high level. And that as per their policy, we need to be reduced the this much of workforce. During that time, who want to be reduced, to whom we need to be removed, there is a different calculations. First target mostly high paid people. Example, I am there here. In case sir, I am working. I'm expecting more money. Like I need currently my pay may be around 50,000, but I'm expecting suddenly 1 lakh, which I'm able to do. The another new guy also can able to do, means company will think on, they will remove me and they will take a new person. New person in the sense from company point of view, new person, not a fresher here. He was working from some other company and can able to do the half of the price only. Then they will hire them only. This is what the happened. I will tell you in the real story. It's happened not now, 3 years back. I forgot his name. He was working for persistent systems from 4 years, 5 years, 6 years. Sorry, 6 years. He was working in MSB. There is a before Power BI. There is a tool called MSB. Is there? He was working in the same project for 6 years. He was very happy, and he was manager also very close to him. Usually they will go out and have a booze. But one day suddenly they came, kept in a meeting and said, tomorrow will be last working day. I can able to do you one favor. 3 months of our salary will get credited and please look for another job. He purchased a house in Bangalore and he was started constructing internal woodwork and all he was doing, and suddenly this is news happened to him. He didn't even imagine his job also in the threat. Reason, his package 22 lakhs. MSB is a older version. Even later Power BI came, but after Power BI also he didn't learn anything newly. This guy called me and asking, Mahesh, I want to learn Power BI. I asked him, sir, what's your salary currently? He said the same 22 lakhs. I told, as per market standards at that time, 2 3 years back, 22 lakhs is a higher side for Power BI. What I can suggest you, go for a learning data engineering. He said, Mahesh, it's a 6 years. I never learned any new technology or new course or new topic. This is a not in a right situation I am in. I can't understand any new topics. Power BI is a no coding, so I can go with the Power BI only. I said, like, I can't make any promise you can get a car. But he had some friends and all. They said, like, they are in good position. I will take care about myself. He just teach me. That's it. And he joined the course. He got a job, but he got a package of 20 lakhs. 2 lakhs reduced than his previous package. So those kind of every company has some policies and all depends on that. Even Oracle had some. To be frank, even they are also some debts. They are funding more amount on AI expansion actually. That's the reason even we are including AI in every technology now where we are teaching in the KSR, wherever scope is there, we are adding AI also. When you are AI enabled, then only companies will show at least interest to schedule an interview. If not in current market situation, it will be little difficult, Mahi. Hope you got an idea.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah. So AOps also, like maybe Rajni maybe explained in the reality. So AOps people will predict what when shutdown may happen. So when there is issue happen, they will going to be predict and they are going to be fixed it before it happens. In very layman example, when we have in a car or bike, so the regular services will do. If suddenly any breakdown happen, we need to be fixed manually within a mechanic. That is the DevOps engineers. Okay? But AI will predict when there is a shutdown may happen for the vehicle, when we need to be do the services after 500 kilometers, 1,000 kilometers, or else depends on the engine cap issues, engine sound or else engine noise also. Some mechanics can able to predict there is a chance it's going to be breakdown very soon. Similar way, AOps engineer also can going to be predict when the system shutdown may happen, when the server may get breakdown. So they are going to be fixed automatically sometimes, or else sometimes they will give the warning and they will fix manually. This is what they will do in real time for AOps example. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Rajni, thanks for joining. And there is one question from Mahi. He was expecting some real-time example where you used AOps in your real-time projects. If possible, please
Mm.
explain this one for him.
Sure, sure, sure.
That's what the question, Mahi, or else any other you can explain better here.
It's the same one. I just want to know in your current role, current workflow, have you implemented anything to make your work more feasible or like,
Uh,
you know?
See, Mahi, only specific to the AIOps, I'll tell you. So you're working as Linux or DevOps
I'm
or
DevOps. I'm into current DevOps only
okay.
implementation.
So yeah, let's come to that. If you're working as a platform engineer or you're working as SRE or what?
Implementer engineer, senior role engineer, senior cloud operation engineer. I'm into
Cloud
Kubernetes
operation.
deployments,
Okay,
upgrades.
sure. Okay, example, you have a good touch with Kubernetes then.
Correct.
Yes. So let's take this is a Kubernetes and whatever the nodes, I have 3 nodes, 4 nodes, forget about it. You might be having pods like uh, okay, so whatever the pods will be there, 100 pods, 200 pods, 300 pods. So whatever, like you are deploying some 100 microservices in the cluster like this. So in a node, example, I'm taking this 2 pods. Only one service I'm taking. This is my EKS. Can I take EKS as example, right? Or you're specifically looking for
Yes,
AKS,
yes.
GK?
No,
Okay,
EKS only, AWS only we are using.
fine, that's fine. So we know that there's a GitHub. So this is a GitHub, and we know that there is a GitHub Actions also. Hmm? There's a GitHub Actions. So most probably in the modern DevOps things, GitHub Actions, GitOps things are configured to your EKS in order to deploy your applications. So when you're deploying your app here, so this is a microservice, and you have 2 systems here. So one is called observability layer. So this is an observability layer, right? Observability layer means is nothing but again you can take it as a Grafana, Prometheus, right? So which is going to be node exporter and everything to your board only. It is going to be a data source for you. So what Prometheus is going to collect all the node metrics, pod metrics, everything. Even if you are configured any file bit or okay. So file bit or fluentd. So those things also going to be export all your things as a sidecar, all your APM logs into your Grafana only. So let's take you are exporting all application services APM logs, node metrics, pod metrics, everything into your Grafana. So this system we already know, right? So in the Grafana itself, we have a ability that to configure alert manager, right? So alert manager from the Prometheus is also from the Grafana also. What happens here if I configure anything like let's say if a CPU is going 70%, then fire an alert, right? So where it is going to fire an alert, this alert it is going to fire in my Slack channel or a Teams channel. Ultimately, that is the case. So that the people who are there, so they'll get to know, oh, there is something happen in this pod. So this pod may be restarted because of your liveness probe issue. This pod may be restarted because of your home killed issue. Maybe you are regularly facing that, right? Out of memory, your readiness, that seconds is not enough. That failure threshold is not enough. Your liveness probe values are not enough. Because of that, it may be any issue. It can be get into that. Sometimes what happen, your container will be back off because of your recent deployment. Your container which is running here, it will be back off, right? So there are some issues, maybe health issues, or maybe different configuration issues. Docker file in image side, there is no proper argument, no proper config environment is not properly passed in the Docker configure file, or maybe from your config map, it is not injected properly here. So this pod way get into the 3 4 issues: crash loop backup issue, pending issue, Okay, and one more thing is called image issue, image pullback of issue, and error issue. Error issue means it will be in a container only. So there are 3-4 types of issues when your Kubernetes pod is facing. So here I can implement my AIOps. AIOps, now it will comes into the picture. Okay, this is already an existing system. What else I'll do with AIOps? This is already defined, matured monitoring operations, where my Grafana in the place, highly matured, where my alert manager in the place, highly matured, where my Prometheus is there, highly matured. It's doing their job. Whatever they designed for it, it's doing their job. Exporting, alerting, it alerts, it is coming here, my engineer will see it. Okay, this happens. So this time, what happened? Whenever your engineer is sitting here, this is a guy, he's experienced this kind of a problem already. What he will do? He has solved. He solved and he written a document in the SharePoint or a Confluence, okay, or Notion. So he written some document in the Confluence. Okay. So when he written this solution document in your Confluence space, there is a solution steps. These things, I can tell you, if you are working in a banking, you are not having any internet access. You can't even go to the ChatGPT. You can't even go to any Google. You can't even type anything like your Dutch bank. Okay, if you are working in it, so nothing. Even though you have Chrome, a browser given to you, no use, zero. Except the internal links, none of the other link will not be opened. So there is no use. You will be using your Confluence as your internal documentation only, right? Internal search engine only. Because over the period of time, your whole engineering team is kept lot of efforts to solve this kind of problems. For each and every problem, so there is a solution, and there could be not the solutions also. So this is a case. In this case, what happens? Your AI system will come into the picture. Now I'm trying to place my AI. Where should I place my AI? So this is a one use case I'm only talking. One use case, if I keep my AI, where exactly I'll keep? I'll take my AI model. I'll keep my AI model. What I'll tell to my AI model is, okay, monitor all the logs. Monitor all the logs. So before my Grafana, these things are telling what they are telling. They're telling when the condition is match. When the condition is match, it's fire the alert. But before condition is match, my AI will tell you that in next 2 minutes or in next 30 minutes, you may receive an alert of this XYZ pod is down. So in order to avoid that, you can follow these steps. So your AI will tell you in the Slack channel to you that there is a alert that may going to be happen and this is the root cause. So this is the root cause. You can do these kind of steps. So it's clearly telling that what your AI is doing, ultimately your AI is going to your Confluence and there are 3-4 solutions, 1, 2, 3, like this. So among the 3 solutions, it will craft nicely and it will give it to your solution here. So these solutions you are going to execute here. So your AI is helping you in order to solve this problem before it is going to occur. This is called mostly anomaly detections, where it is predicting, predictive analysis also you can say. So before it is going to happen, it is going to do that. And one more thing. Okay, this issue is turned into an incident. This is a second case. This issue is a turn into incident. When the incident is happen, you might be having pager duty, right? In your company, pager duty, jagger, what you are using, sir?
Uh, what
Like
ticketing tool?
whenever the incident happens, how you're getting alert? This incident is happened.
Uh, like we have BAU team, operations team.
Uh-huh. Okay.
They will create an event. They
Okay.
will raise a change request in Visor and they will create an event. CS task.
Okay. So here you can see the payload duty or we have the jacket. So there's a two tools are there. So these two tools are used for or your ops. So there are these tools are there. These tools will actually give you an alert. Alert means, hey, there is a P1 incident happen, P2 incident happen, P3 incident happen. So it will give you an alert over your mobile, mail, Slack, wherever you are. This tools are designed for it. So here escalation policy will be written. If you are not attended, if you are not acknowledged in just a 15 minutes or a 10 minutes of this incident, these tools will escalate to your L2, and the L2 people doing late also, this will escalate to your L3 managers, stakeholders and all. So this tool will do that. So the moment this tool is logged as a P1, P2, P3 as an alert, where into your Slack channel, automatically, so there is a Zoom and bridge call will be created. So this is called on-call engineering support. So your SRE engineer who is working over there, he is an on-call engineer, production support. You mentioned, right? So that guy will going to be joining a meeting and trying to solve the solution. So when he's trying to solve the solution, what efforts he's going to put over there? The bandwidth. So the efforts he's going to do is these things. It is a common. Even me, you, we will do the same thing. We'll first identify which service affected. Let's say XYZ. We know that in the from the P1, P2 only we'll get to know which services got affected. Second thing is we are going to log in into a central logging system. You might use Splunk, you might use Dynatrace, you might use Grafana, you might use many other tools, okay, in the market. Neuralink, Splunk, Dynatrace, anything, Datadog, any tool that you're using, you'll be going to first there and try to find logs, only logs, then traces, then metrics. You're trying to find this information, what happened because of what this service is down. You will be doing it manually. You will be going and selecting some timestamp, maybe 15 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hours, and then you're going to trying to find out control F error, control F exception, control F something keywords. Otherwise, you will be go thoroughly with all the logs, and then you'll get to know what happened. Okay, if this is not giving exact information, because lot of logs will be exported over there. The third point is you will log into your EKS cluster. You'll log into your EKS cluster. In EKS cluster, you'll run kubectl commands, right? Kubectl get pods, -n, xyz, and then again you'll run kubectl describe, and again you'll run kubectl logs, okay, -f. So like this, you'll be going to give these commands, and then you will get to know what exactly happened. Is it a memory issue? Is it a that one, this one, or whatever? Okay, so error, container error, liveness error, readiness probe issue, maybe CPU memory resource limits issue, maybe network issue, network policy issue, anything it can be cast. Your reset deployment is having some of the bugs in it, because of that your container is not starting properly. So these are the very common regular issues that as DevOps engineer is facing. Now if this is a case, you are doing it, then you will copy this log, right, sir? You copy these logs, you paste in a chat GPT. You will ask what? You know the solution. I'm not telling you you're going to get the solution from the chat GPT. You know the solution. You copy these logs. You will ask to the chat GPT that what is the issue. Chat GPT will tell you that, hey, can you increase at least in resource and limits? Can you increase limits memory? Okay, then you are going with it. You will cross verify with the chat GPT. You are correct. Yes, you will trying to increase the memory. Now, my question is like, how much time you have given here? Almost all 20 minutes you're going to keep. 20 minutes you will do. So in 15 minutes you are acknowledging, in 20 minutes you are doing, and your P1 is only 1 hour. Your P1 is only 1 hour, and you are spending 20 minutes to find the root cause. After maybe 25 minutes, right, sir? Your entire team you will sitting in a call and trying to find out that 20-30 minutes here itself you're pouring your bandwidth to find the root cause, and then when you're going to implement it, and the implementation, the changes you're going to make will also going to take at least 15 minutes. Maybe sometimes because you're not having access, you will reach out to a DevOps engineer, platform engineer person like you, or a cloud operation person like you, because you will be having access to these clusters and all. Okay, you have to go and implement this and had a kind of things. So people will come to you, say that, hey, can you do this? This is an instant change request, instant, on the fly. So they need to reach out to you. You have to configure this, and then you have to deploy it. It will be taking again 30 minutes. Is this an acceptable SLO, SLI in your team? Is it an acceptable? The SLA is already breached, right? So this P1 ticket will comes under this SLI is breached. So when this is happen for this small case, this is called meantime recovery. So your team meantime recovery is not happening properly. Because of that, the customer may get frustrated, right? We will be having business loss. How much acceptance of the loss? That is also a matter. So
Correct.
15, yeah,
I don't want to counter you, but I just want to tell a scenario similar. Like we'll
mm,
not implement the change in all pods, right? We'll implement
right.
in rolling fashion. Only one pod. If one pod is corrupted by any reason, there will be other pod which serves the traffic. Correct. So we'll test
No,
it in
no,
one
no,
pod.
no, no,
I don't
no,
want to counter it. I just
no,
like
no, no, no.
I'm new
Example.
to this
Okay,
Kubernetes. Not that much old. We are using in our applications are currently in EC2 only. We are just migrating to containers.
okay.
So
See,
yeah,
you're using deployment, right?
correct. No,
Uh,
STS deployments depending on the applications. We have
right, right,
different
right,
applications.
right. Now, let's say where you are doing the memory or CPU configurations in deployment file or
STS,
pod file?
STS, STS file, deployment file only.
Deployment file only. So here your memory is how much? Example 1 G. So 1 G
So
for each pod it will be available. Okay. So
correct.
whenever your load is heavy and your pod is down and only one pod is handling, eventually it is also going to be a heavy load on it, right? This pod is
We'll
okay.
create, we'll configure HPA for that, right? For deployments, we'll configure HPA. So at that
Uh-huh.
instant of time, it will maximum how many pods will define that as well, right? So it will scale up to 3 pods or 5 pods.
Okay,
You please
so
go ahead.
you're just saying that okay, okay, I'll answer. So you're just saying that okay, I have already HPA, and why should I bother about which is the pod is having a memory issue? So I'll be not going to solve
No,
it.
no,
Mm-mm.
I am not telling that. If it is going to, there is no point of breaching SLA or such situation, right? Anyway, one pod will be there serving your topics.
So
Downtime
okay,
or
okay.
criticality will come because
Mm.
just for high availability only we are switching to this Kubernetes kind of things, right? So Apart from database upgrade, RDS upgrade, uh, I don't think applications upgrades will get into this P1, P2 this much critical.
So
क्योंकि
no, no, no,
why?
no.
Because
Application also will get into that. Okay. So your all pods are proper. I'm talking about liveness probe. Okay. So your liveness is not healthy. So this will be affecting going to in a one pod or all pods. Liveness configuration, liveness, the time which you have given is not enough. The headroom is not enough. Is it going to be effect on one pod or
first
all pod?
first we'll after deployment or initial before go live actually.
So you whatever it is before deployment is already working in it. Okay. So when you are doing it recent deployment, in the recent deployment, you have a infra changes, AV changes, application changes. Okay. Infra changes
Infra
means in your Helm charts.
changes
Okay.
will okay.
Okay, in your Helm chart, you did some of the changes into your Kubernetes or particular to this deployment or your stateful or whatever. Okay, so you just applied for it. And what happens if the liveness configuration your engineers did something wrong? It is going to be applied in a one pod or all the pods. Even you configure HPA, VPA, whatever.
It should ideally restart the pods, right? If any change,
That's
if it
what the
has to
problem.
apply it.
Even it is restarting, even your
Okay.
liveness probe, whenever the health is not good, what it will do ultimately, it's trying to restart. So in just you're keeping how much the cycle of the restarting maybe a 5 minutes. Okay, so the cycle of the restarting is a 5 minutes you're keeping means in 3 hours how many times it will do restart? Maybe it is going to
Only
do
one
restart.
pod, only one pod will get repeated restart, right? Remaining all will be fine, only correct.
That's what I'm telling. This liveness probe is going to hit on all the pods or single pod.
Single pod,
So your liveness probe is not proper. So it is going to hit on a single pod only, you're saying.
correct.
No, that's not the case. So your liveness probe will always on the all the pods same. So the time is not enough in the all the pods same. You have a replica of three example. You have a replica of three. So when this one pod is getting restarted, the same traffic is going to here. And this is also liveness probe. It will check here. This is also not enough. This also get into the restarting and it will go here. This is also not getting into restarting. Even you configure HPA, whatever, no point here. Even that will be creating a spinning up new pod that will ultimately get into the restarts only. So these restarts will hit your CPU life cycle. So it will continuously hit on your node CPU thing. So it will create lot of noise in your alert mechanism. So this is called noise control.
Okay.
Yes. So these are the
Maybe
issues.
my assumption is wrong. Like what I have faced is if we apply any change, right, it will by the rollout restart only, it will get applied to the one by one pod, like from last, from 100, if you have 100 pods, like it will try to restart 100th pod. If
Oh,
it is not coming off, then it will stuck there only. It will not
uh,
try to restart the other pods. That is how in my infra it is configured. I'm not
you
very much like
you
pretty
are
much sure
just
why.
saying that while the deployment, I am saying that after the deployment, while the deployment you're doing, there will be no load on it. While the deployment, what you are saying is like since the rolling update is there, one more replica set it will create, not one more pod, one more replica set it will create newly. Under the new replica set, it will create the new pod. Then the service will start providing the request to the new pod. Then the old pod will be get into the termination when readiness probe connection is okay, startup probe connection is okay, readiness probe connection is okay, and liveness probe connection is okay. Okay, so however, for the fresh deployment, liveness probe will be come up. Once your deployment is decided, deployment controller will be decided that okay, this is healthy. Now I'll start sending the traffic to it, and then other pod will be terminated. Similar case happen if you are using three replicas. So other three pods are going to be down and the fresh new pods will be up. Now it is going to freshly receive the node because in fresh pod there is zero CPU consumption as of now. And now it will start the consuming the CPU and memory. And here now you are getting the issues. So whenever the request is coming and your liveness probe is continuously checking that, your readiness probe is continuously checking that. So then what happens? There some is an issue. Immediately your readiness probe remove this pod from the service. This is what happens, sir. It will immediately remove from the service.
Maybe
Then
my
you see,
assumption is wrong. Like if the pod needs to come up, it has to pass all the configurations, correct? If it has to check if the
sir, in the
check
first
about the
go,
VPC.
it will all serve. So otherwise, if it is that the case, then we won't experience any problem in the pods in the Kubernetes life.
Okay, maybe like yeah.
In first go, it is zero traffic. Nothing will be happens. It will show you up, but the immediately the 5 seconds or 6 seconds you configure in the failure threshold, immediately it will reflect after that. So when you are going to deploy, your pods are okay, but when you're serving the traffic, so something after deployment, it will be get into the error. Your deployment, okay, your rolling update strategy is all fine. Even that is the case, this will happen. So example, this is our custom deployment. What if you are we are already having defined Kubernetes deployments? Defined Kubernetes deployment in the sense from the Helm chart.
Out of the box.
Yeah,
Okay.
from the Helm chart, I am taking a direct Helm chart of deploying Airflow. Okay, or I'm directly deploying Argo CD. Okay, or I'm directly deploying the Prometheus, or I'm directly deploying this kind of tools. This kind of tools are already set up, right? But why this kind of tools are getting into the crash loop? Because of some configurational issues. It's not like it is going to be passed because everything we have defined already. It is going to be deployed, but in the next moment, it will get into the errors. So this is over the period when we work with the Kubernetes, we'll get to know, sir. So there are many hidden issues that we think that is this is not going to the problem. That's why people will bring the solution. That is right. But still, it's going to be work in our network. It is having a problems. So when this kind of problems are happened, your AI is there to help your on-call engineer that your AI is going to this AI is going to catch all the logs from your central monitoring system, and then it will give you here, hey engineer, this is the problem, this is the root cause. Maybe there is a problem reaching out to your DB, there is a problem network, there is a problem latency, there is a problem of load, there is a problem of your pod is having some configurational issues. So there is a problem from your ingress, there is a maybe selectors service, those are misconfigured because of that ingress is moved or kicked out that outside. That is a problem. So because of taint and tolerations, that is a problem because it is not properly scheduled on a proper node, it get into the pending mode. That is a problem. Maybe a different problems are there. Your AI is going to do this RCA for you. So this RCA with steps, it will give you on your on-call engineering incident bridge call channel. This is a real SRE bot. A real SRE bot. In many companies, it got implemented, already implemented. If you are using ServiceNow,
Yes, service now only. Yeah, correct. We are using service now.
so there is a tool called Cyros. Yeah, Cyrus, not this one, yeah. Service now, sorry, but so this one. This is, right now an SRE, but who's coming with a provider kind of things. Now, Service now is giving you this SRE bot. It will do everything for you. It will analyze, tell you everything in your incident, and it'll tell you just go and do the steps. Simple. You have to configure with your system by using ServiceNow because your ServiceNow is ultimately going to be a every point of integration. So you are integrating your ServiceNow with the different things, and your Cyros will work with all these tools. Cloud, your Kubernetes, your critical systems, monitoring system, anything you can integrate here. So whatever the scope you will be defined, it will do everything for you. It will bring everything into your plate and tell you that this is what you need to do. So that is the
Okay.
advantage of this AI using an Aiops. So, so let's if I answer your question, sir, so let me also show some of the practicals so that people will get understand what happens.
Yeah, please. Thank you.
Mm. Sure. So thank you for that question. And this is where we keep the AOPS. This is only one use case I'm talking, a single use case. There are many problems are not even identified in observability area or in the cloud area or many you are running a chaos engineering. Chaos engineering is already identifying it, but still what you do with an AI? There's a lot to do with an AI because the human intelligence is up to certain limit only. We will be taking some more time to understand and find out, but AI will take the less time because applied intelligence. So that is the thing. Right now, let me open a folder. So let me also first what you have to do is, so this lab what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to explain you MLOps, LLMOps, AIOps, AI agents. A single use case I took and I'm trying to implement all this. I just automated it by using shell scripts. Okay. To give you an idea, I'm going to run this lab. What this all is, what MLOps will be, what LLMOps will be, what AIOps will be. Okay. So the problem statement from the business point of view is there are some transactions happens. There are some transactions happens. We need to find out. We need to find out. So which one is a fraud transaction? Which one is the fraud transaction? And which one is the right transaction? Which one is the right transaction? Like this. Okay. So I need to have this analysis when the transactions are happen. So is this going to be done with my rule-based system? No. Is this going to be done with our human things? Yes, we have to put lot of time. How can I make my system to understand all this? The moment when you do any transaction in your ICICI or SDFC more than a 50,000 limit or a 1 lakh limit, you immediately getting a call of your IVR bot, right? That voice bot. Automatically you'll get the call and it is asking that confirmation over there. Until that, your transaction is treated as this one like dispute only, like that. It will be only treated like that. So then when you are confirmed only, then it will update its record that genuinely transaction has been done. And there's a record at your bank that any transaction done at 2 a.m., 3 a.m., they will calculate the time zone. Even you are getting a amount from USA to India in their daytime, in our night time, and there's a suspicious activity in the timing zone, accounts, many things. So it has to go into detect that this is a fraud. How? Because of lot of historic data, with lot of historic data and everything, it will be going to be understand because we are going to train our ML model like that. We're going to train our model on our banking things and all the public available data. We will be doing some sort of wanted fraud transactions and we can able to test it whether it is identifying or not. So this is a one problem. Second problem is like you are taking a subscription of Netflix or taking a subscription of Netflix. So you're not liking the Netflix nowadays. Example, I'm telling, you're not liking it. and you're thought of to stop the subscription and go back to the Amazon Prime. So this is your moment. In this moment, how Netflix will know that you're going to be uh, unsubscribe from the Netflix? What stats they will calculate you? Tell me. Yes, they have a lot of things, They are having a data from the Google. The each event I'm searching in the search, everything, everything the companies are buying it from the Google. Our user data, our clicks, our behavior data, everything will be there. Ads data, even ads also. Okay. From the Meta side, the lot of data they're selling to the companies. So they buy it from their API and they'll put it into the organization and then train their models. Now, here Netflix will be calculating your login time, your watching time, your behavior in it, and how often you are logging into the um, in a month to the Netflix, and how many movies you are watching it. So based on that, if you are not opened your application for 1 month or 2 months, 3 months like this, so this is the case happens with your Airtel Jio SIMs in India. So when you are not opening this, then the Netflix will get to know that okay, this guy may be going to churn. Churn means he will be go out of from us. So we have to give some offer to him. We will say that offers. That offers, then you will get attracted and you're trying to stay in the same application. Who is going to do this? Your ML. The churn will happen. It will tell your ML will tell you, oh, this customer's churn rate is high. Simply, people will reach out, the customer team will be reached out, trying to communicate, trying to send some offers, coupons, something like that. So that is what the Netflix and other things are doing with this OTT platform things with other products when you are buying it. So this is the first case I'm taking this fraud kind of thing. Okay. So in my MLOps, my model will be going to tell you that with numbers, MLOps means only numbers. So there is a 0, 1, 0, 2 or 0.75 like this. When this numbers there, that is my MLOps. Numbers are by using the numbers we can understand that okay, this is the risk transaction happen. My MLOps, my models will only give the numbers. Then I'm using LLM here. LLM for what? Text. LLM for what? Text. Text means it is going to explain me my LLM why this is a fraud transaction. Why this is a fraud transaction. It's going to tell me that why this is a fraud transaction. And my Aiops will tells that on this app, when load or transactions are happened, what is the metrics and logs? It will explain me about it. And when my agent, I have a UI application, I'll ask as a user, I'm going to ask, then my agent is going to connect to this three of this one, and this one. It's connect to three of this and it will give me an answer. So my agent, I'm connecting to the three tools. With my agent, I'm connecting to the three tools and I'm extracting the exact answer from my UI application. So this is a very minimal lab that you can understand one use case. So if I go clearly mentioned here, so one problem that we are solving is a card issuer must decide for every payment whether it is looking fraud or not. So this is the problem, and there are 4 labs I developed on the same. To run this lab, we can go with kind or a K3. So in our local, we can run this lab by creating a Kubernetes cluster. By creating the Kubernetes cluster. What are all we need? We need a Docker desktop. We need a kind. We need a kubectl. We need Python, and you need to have your Git bash installed in your system. So kind is nothing but it is a Kubernetes thing only. It's a mini kube kind of thing. You are creating the cluster in your local. So you need to download Docker desktop, and let me open Docker desktop also. So otherwise, it's loading. Hello, hello. Am I audible?
Yes.
Uh, I don't know. When I open my Docker desktop, it just stuck up my screen. I'm getting black screen. Just a moment, I'll resume.
Hello, Rajnikant. It's Nagesh here.
Hello.
Yes, yes. Am I audible now?
Yes, now you are audible.
Visible, visible. Is my screen visible?
Yes.
Hello. Yeah. Thank you. So I just need to restart and again rejoin because these many things are already running in my Docker desktop. So see, you have to run your Docker desktop, then you can able to create the clusters and able to run your Docker things. Right now, so this is my problem, and I would like to create the cluster and then I would like to deploy this workloads. For MLOps, we are using this tech stack actually. So there is already a pre-built model which is called scikit-learn. I'm taking it and I'm feeding it the data and I'm trying to deploy it here. So when I'm trying to deploy it here, I'm using this Kubernetes things. So there is a ML flow, there's a fast API, there's a Prometheus client, Kubernetes job, deployment, PVC, where it is going to store my artifacts of the ML flow. So eventually, going forward, I'll be going to teach you what is ML flow, why we do this job trainings, why we deploy it, how it will be accessible, those things. For you, it will be looks very fresh and not able to get it ML model. Just think an ML model is a application which is predicting your transaction is fraud or not. That's it. Okay. So I'll be going to tell you in the coming classes from where we will take the data, how we will be doing training, and then how we will be evaluating, and then how we will be going to deploy it. So these things will be happens after slap things in a regular classes. I'll tell you that. But for now, just trying to understand. Let me open a terminal, and I would like to create the cluster. If you come to this README, I've given all the steps how you can do it. The first of all, left side, click on the labs and the first lab, which is MLOps lab. If you see it here, I have a files, manifest files of one job, which is doing a training, service, PVC, ML flow, and it's going to be deployed as a deployment. Okay. So this is apply.sh, which will be going to apply all these files in one go. So that is the shell script. If I see it also, it's going to apply all the files. kubectl apply -f k8s mlflow.yml. I'll teach you Kubernetes so that you will get to know what I'm trying to. In our classes, I'll going to teach you Docker, CI/CD, Kubernetes in deep. Okay, so you will be having good idea why I'm running this all. What is this Kubernetes means? Why companies are crazy about the Kubernetes? Yes, Kubernetes is a thing ultimately right now. Okay, so what it is, I'll be going to teach you all these things. For now, just focus on what I'm doing so that you will get to know. Here in deployment.yml, so this is my fraud API. This is my fraud API. This fraud API is going to be loaded inside a container and my model is going to run over there. My model is going to run over there. So for that, I have to build some of the Docker files. Okay, so let me first open a readme of lab 1. So this is how it happens. So Kubernetes job will be train your model, save the artifacts in a job lib and JSON in your PVC. Job lib is the package model. Like you are in DevOps, you have the extension, right? Dot jar, dot ar, dot like that. So that is an extension of a model job.joblib.pickle.onn like that. And then it is going to serve by using fast API. We are going to deploy the fast API and we will do a curl operation by using post. Then we'll get to know that the score of fraud or not. So if I come down, so I will be deploying these two things. The left side you can see ML flow deployment on a 5000 port number and prod API deployment on the 8080. So these are all the metrics and parameters of your model. First of all, I would like to create the cluster. Yes, it's going to create a cluster to me. So inside the scripts, you have all this, and inside the kind, you have kind cluster. So when you say this kind cluster, so this is going to create a cluster. It's already creating a cluster here. Kind image, it's taking the node, configuration, control plane, everything, and then it will create the cluster. So cluster is created already. You can even context to it, or you can just get the info as well. Okay. kubectl get nodes. When I run, I have fraud lab control plane one node only. So that is enough. One node only, that is enough for me right now. Then I have to load all these Docker images in build load.sh. In build load.sh, I'm building this fraud API. Okay, and this explain and the agent and fraud lab. So this 3 4 things I'm building as a Docker images in order to load into my cluster and to run as a pods, as a container and pods. I'm loading. First, I'm building them and I'm loading them because I'm not using any ECR, any Docker Hub like that to pull the images. Build and push and then pull. No, instead that I'm directly loading here itself. I'm directly loading here itself. So every Docker image which I have built, it's going to be loaded into the cluster automatically. Okay. Let me run this one. Now they are loading. Cool. Then later, I would like to build this first MLOps lab. Labs 01 MLOps apply.sh. The moment when I run this, it's going to apply all the files for me. Okay, let me break. It's copied all the thing. Let me copy this one. Give the permissions. Fine. And then run this one. In apply.sh, it's applying your deployment PVC service. In second terminal, you can also check kubectl get ns fraud lab. This is a namespace created just 33 seconds ago, and we are waiting for it. kubectl get pods -n this namespace. One is running ML and the training pod is to run. It is also one by one. Eventually, it is going to be completed. Done. So we can run this command to see the logs, how it is happening. For this, first of all, I need to export these ports. Then only I can able to access on the web. So let me copy this and go and run it here first. Is it able to open my MLflow or not? No, it is not opening. Then I have to go and run this one. I'll just open one more terminal. Otherwise, here itself I'll run. And one more in another terminal. It's a port forwarding from your local, because in the Kubernetes running, it is same thing in your EKS cluster also. If any pod you are running in your EKS cluster, so you don't want to access it from the load balancer at that side, you wanted to do some test, then you can do port forward from your local like this. Then you can access on it in local host only. Okay. So if I come, my YAML flow is loaded and there's a fraud detection. This is a job is already ran and those details are logged here. So this is my model logistic regression. These are all the parameters, metrics of my model. So how we will be deciding this model is working perfectly because of this metrics. Because you have this accuracy 0.7, precision recall is 0.8, okay, F1 0.8. So good, RSC 0.8 means this model is a production based model, like almost production things which will predict. When you have these values, it will predict correctly. If these values are not correct, these values are lower, then it will tell you that this model is not fit to do a prediction. So this is ultimately your MLOps practice. What model we will be taking, how we are doing in experimenting. In the experimenting, we'll get to know that this model is perfect and this model is not perfect. How we will going to judge that? By using this metrics. Okay. Model metrics, you can see this graphs here. System metrics, no. Artifacts. So this is the artifacts ultimately need to store in your S3, but I'm storing in PVC. That's why it is not showing here. Artifacts need to be stored in Minayo or S3. Open source tools called Minayo. It is similar like S3. You can install in your Kubernetes and you can configure it. Right now, this is my ML flow. If you see, even we can log many experiments. We can create a many experiments. In your real-time world, there will be many experiments. In each experiment, there are many runs. You will be doing these experiments on different models and you will do evaluation over there. Once after the evaluation is done, you're going to register the model. Here you can see, you're going to register the model. When you are registering the model, so this is the things, whether your model is a champion or a challenger, or whether your model is a production or a staging with the versions. Champion means which is already running in the production. Okay. Challenger means which is going to challenge the already deployed version of your model. Okay. So like this, the new thing, this MLflow is a old version only. A newer version is having more good things, generative AI things also there. So you can try it out. It's a new model UI. Whenever you wanted to promote, here you can see you can add a description, tags, all these things, and then you have to promote this model. You're promoting this model, and the name is a production or champ. Once this model is promoted like this, version 1, in your old UI, you can also look at the models. This is the model, right? Let me come to the experiment. Model, register model. Here I'll say production. Okay, now like this. So here, registered models have champ model and fraud risk classifier. Which one is the one? So production is a version 1 right now. I have tagged it. So this one will be going to be deployed in production. This is just an example I'm showing you with the ML flow. And now, if I come to my fraud API, which is already deployed, we can run some of the curl command to test it. So this is my curl command. Let me open a terminal to just see this. Curl post localhost 8080. I'm telling predict this application. There is an amount of 4,200 at the time of 3. Transaction count is 12. Is it a foreign? Yes, true. Then what it is? It is a risk or not risk. From the version 1 of the model, we are getting this. Risk score is 0.67. 0.67. And see, at the time of I'm doing, the result was 0.87. Not now it is a 61. Because we have now freshly deployed a model. Now my model has to predict in a different angle. If I go with the other case, now the amount is 89 and the hours at 14 and transaction count is 2. It's telling that 0.1. So low things, whenever it is going above 0.775, maybe you can consider that as a risk. So these are right now and not risk things. Okay, this is moderate and this is very low. Now I can understand my machine learning model is doing this prediction with the numbers, only. But how can I understand why this has happened? How this has happened? A clear, neat explanation. Who is going to explain me? LLM. Because LLM is a capability of new text generation, understanding your things, questions, explaining the things. All right. Now I'll be using LLM to explain this, why this transaction is not risk, why this transaction is a risk. So ultimately, whatever this fast API calls we are doing, you can do it from the Postman also. You can do it from the your tools, other tools are there, right? Swagger and all. You can do it from there also. So your fast API, you will be going to integrate with your front end. So team, you're going to go integrate with your front end. And whatever the request is coming from front end to this API is communicating with the model 1 and give you the result. Example, you're going to buy a bullet bike or a car, you're going to Mahindra website and you're filling all the options. Example, you're going to TVS application, okay? Whenever you give all your things like your name, email, phone number, your salary, your monthly EMI, what you wanted to keep it, which car you wanted to take, all those things information when you filled it, it will tell you whether you are eligible to take this car or not. Maybe it is not from the customer point of view, there is no, but in US and other side, this is things there. In India, if we keep this kind of a system, people will be demotivated there, right? That's why an agent will do for you. Example, when you enter into any showroom, the agent will collect all your documents. In the first go, they will not relieve that you are eligible or not eligible. They'll treat you like, okay, you can take it. And then they will say that by uploading all the documents and everything, they'll check the CIBIL and everything, and then they'll tell you that whether you are able to opt the loan or not. But by that, until that time, they can at least take some token amount from you to book the car. So that is a business strategy. In the first go only, if they keep this kind of thing in the website, you will be always checking an unnecessary traffic they will receive. And after this, their models can be worked. So they're logging the customers. And then they'll tell you that this customer is able to opt for a loan or not, because there are a lot of things. You're uploading your payslip, you're uploading your all profile things, right? Your Aadhaar and all. Then it will tell you you are eligible or not eligible. Which one, sir? Machine learning model will tell you. None of other LLMs are not. Machine learning model only will tell you these answers. Now, I want an explanation on this. So I would like to deploy. I would like to deploy LLM. So when I wanted to deploy any LLM, I have to go for second lab here. So LLM ops. In this LLM ops, I'm taking Olama model. I'm taking Olama model. Let me close all these files. Olama model. As a stateful set, I'm running it as Olama. I'm taking this Olama. Inside the Olama, I'm going to load a tiny model. Okay. I'm going to load a tiny model. So that is going to answer my questions. That is going to answer my questions. Which one the model? Llama 3.21 billion. So this model is going to answer and explain the things about that thing. So these models in your organizations could be Hugging Face models directly downloaded, or this could be your domain specific. You're doing fine tuning training and then you're deploying it in your VLLM or a KSR or in your deployment stack. So how these models will be built, LLM models, how the training would be happens, how fine tunings will be happens. I'll be going to teach all these things, LLM models. And here, this is how we'll be going to deploy on a GPU service. Right now, we are deploying on a CPU, but we're going to deploy on a GPU, like G4 series in the AWS. Triton NVIDIA plugins will deploy there. We have multiple things, Tensor, PyTorch, TensorRT, like this. By using them, we'll deploy. Okay, how can I proceed with this lab? So this problem statement after the lab one working model, it is giving you the risk score and then why it is happened, but who can act on it, who cannot act on it. So this kind of text thing, my LLM model is better to make me understand. And this is the text stack that we have used. If I come down, I have the things. How this will be coming when you are as a client doing a post curl thing, and then it will explain you the service. With this, the prompt system prompt will go to the post, API generate, and Olama will give you the response. If I wanted to run, just come down little down into the same one. Okay, build. I think it's already done. And this we need to run. Let me open new terminal, run it. So it is going to apply all this. Stateful, wait, apply job, wait and deployment. And close this. Running. It's going to take time because it will be downloading the Olama 1 GB of the 1 GB. The image is 1 GB. So it's going to take the time. You can also check here.
Rajnikant, meanwhile, can you
Hmm.
please go through that, like what exactly topics you are going to cover as part of this training?
Sure. Four modules: MLOps, LLMOps, Aiops, and AI agents. So these are all the
DevOps point
four
of view.
modules. These are the four modules I'm covering. So to understand this, DevOps is a fundamentals. In DevOps fundamentals, I'm covering CI/CD, GitHub Actions, not Jenkins and all, Docker, Kubernetes, and cloud, AWS cloud. AWS cloud only for building this ML AI things labs only, not entire cloud like what you get in the DevOps course. No. So this AWS things is a little mature things you need to have because I'm going to create the service and I explain the service. And Azure, Machine Learning Studio, and GCP. Then in the last Terraform. So this is the things I'll be covering in DevOps, but most pressing points, GitHub Actions, Docker, K8s. So this, however, we know the services we'll be covering, and this will be in the last. In
Oh,
DevOps point of view.
Kubernetes. Okay, Kubernetes means like how in depth or just basics?
No, in depth. In depth in the sense I'll be covering like from starting with the creating cluster, running a pod, running a deployment, running the stateful, running the five services, running the your daemon sets, running your taint and tolerations, affinities, cardon and cardon, and your jobs. All those things I'll cover here. Your ingress,
Okay, including
egress,
networking.
network,
In,
STO, yeah,
okay, just wanted to know that. So we are starting with CI/CD Jenkins, right?
GitHub Actions, not Jenkins.
CI/CD
Jenkins is
pipelines.
outdated. GitHub Actions. Jenkins is outdated.
Okay. Why? Because in some ways we are still using Jenkins only.
Yeah, you see, the company has already done it. They're still fearing of how to migrate because if they started to migrate, they need to hire a new resource, lot of time. That's why they are maintaining Jenkins itself over there. But Jenkins running in the Kubernetes is different. Where your
Okay.
Jenkins is running in a Kubernetes or in a standalone servers.
No, standalone is it is.
Mm. So that's the problem. But the same thing, GitHub Actions is way more matured and faster to run rather comparing with the Jenkins because everything you have to maintain it over there. But GitHub Action side is so less work and very faster, good to integrate with everything.
Okay.
I'll teach this one only because right now any AML things you go, GitHub Actions is the matter, not Jenkins is the matter. So Jenkins is only for DevOps.
Okay.
And let's see, it is done. Images got pulled and created. taking some time. Let's do a port forward. Now I'm doing a port forward. You can also check the logs. Check the logs here, how the post calls are happening. Model is pulled here. Now let's take this example. I would like to run it. What I'm telling, localhost 8081 explain. The slash explain will work to your model. It will send this request to your model, LLM model. There's a risk score of 0.87, amount 4200, hours 3, count this one. So what it is, it's now reaching to my model and it will create a context window and it will trying to answer me. So it will take some time. So it has to eventually answer like this. It is answered. So based on the high risk of 87%, this transaction is indicative of a potential fraudulent activity that may involve an unusual pattern of late night transaction from the international foreign issued card. This large amount of 4200 coupled with the fact of that occurred in the last hour, something like that. It is explaining me these metrics which I have done in the last, the ML model side. So this is how your LLMs. It is just a use case I'm telling. Whatever the predicted values, I'm taking lab 1 output as an input to the lab 2 because I want to make a difference with LLM. What LLM is. And now Aiops. If I come to the Aiops, closing LLM, Aiops. What my Aiops is, the problem statement we have explained which is generating this and prod API which is returning the risk score. Okay. So, but there is no visibility in the production system. Example, I'm telling these two services are running. How we are really monitoring it when nobody knows if a fraud API is up or down. We don't know. And high risk, low risk decisions when it is happening. High risk score when model drift happen, upstream data issue, a SL was breaching. This kind of things are there. So how can I use my AI here to get this kind of information? So for that we are using Prometheus, which is going to scrape all the metrics, and PromQL, where it is going to we can run some queries inside the Prometheus so that it will give us an information. Client for the application, prod API application, this client is going to export all the things from the Prometheus. Now let me run this. You just come, it will scrape all this information from your prod API, these things made low and all. I can teach you in the classes in more deeper, but for now just I would like to export. Already this is running, so we can uh, run here. Sorry, we're not even built right. My bad. Let me apply this one also. Done. Let me run UI 9090. Copy it. If you go to status, targets, you can see here Grafana, metrics, localhost, push gateway. All these are running. It's pushing all this here, and you can check by running these things and the graph. Go to status, graph, enter, execute. Right now there's nothing has happened. Let me run the lab first. We'll execute this. Prod API. Prod API is already running. Let me run one more time. It's already running. Then let's do this. And then increase one more load, low risk thing. Then we can verify with 8080 metrics. So these are all the metrics are logged. And if I come and search this in maybe invalid query.
I think you need to change time.
Time is okay, 1 hour. How much? 15 minutes, 1 minute, 30 minutes. This exact query, let me bring it here. Why is not exported? When I check the target health, okay. Okay, let me run graph also. Let me run this fourth also, then we'll come and we'll see. So there's a fourth lab, which is going to be your agent. So there's a UI, and the UI is going to interact with us, and is also going to check the Prometheus metrics, and we'll see there whether it is exporting or not the graph. So in order to run this same way, just do the shell scripts, run it. When you're trying to ask anything from a UI, it will come a post call to your agent service. Agent is going to connect to your predict fault tool, get explanation tool, and flag for review. 3 steps it will do. So it is connecting to 3 of you, Prometheus and Olama, and your model proxy also. When I come in the down, it is just for giving you information. The agent can be connected to 2, 3. In your company, you are having a database, might be. You are having maybe, let me copy this. You are having other destination points to connect and get the information. So your agent is going to connect with them all. So it is already running. Let me open this UI. A UI here. Port forward needed. Do a port forward. Come here. So this is your application now. I'm telling an amount of 4,200 hour 3 and is a international or a foreign thing. Analyze it. So now it is connecting to this 3. This agent is connecting to my LLM side, my ML side, and also it will be going to connect to my Aiops system. Telling me that 53% the fraud risk is medium. From where it connected to my MLOps system, it got this information. This information it is given as an input to the next one to my LLM. And then my LLM is telling this explanation. And what about so this is the analysis from your LLM with your context, okay? Then my LLM is analysis telling that based on the medium risk 53%, this transaction is a prime example of early morning withdrawal, which is common fraud pattern where individuals attempt to withdraw large sums of money from their accounts before normal business hours. It's clearly going to explain this. But where is the operational insights? Whenever I click on this, it has to go and bring the information, the logs information, metrics information from my Prometheus. Now this agent is connecting over there and trying to pull those information. Now you see it's trying to pull the information. Aiops Prometheus metrics of Llama 3.2b1 analysis. The total predictions it has done is 10. Breakdown by the risk buckets. Medium is 8 predictions and 2 is the low predictions. And again, it is explaining you this, the metrics. Based on the metrics, provided metrics, the operational assessment is follows. The system appears to be operating within a normal parameters. So this is system metrics. Agent is collecting these things from the system metrics. How many predictions it has done. So here we are only seeing the output, but this operationals, these things, APM logs, metrics, logs, you can connect your AI, go and bring the metrics and craft a answer for you, steps for you. Let's try it out different amount. 61, 2. Okay, fine. Let's do a foreign thing. Analyze transaction. Now it is 64% risk. Review. The model V1 right now, it's working. It is explaining again to me the same. Now if I click on this, it will be go and bring those operational metrics. So whenever you see that 3 a.m. 2 transactions far and it is in high risk. So this is an example here, quick presets. It's now explaining you 9 predictions and 2 predictions. 9 predictions and let's go with the low one. Okay. When you select this, automatically these values will be filled. Now it is 17%. Get operational things. You got it. So this is how we can place our AI into MLOps, LLMOps, Aiops, and AI agents to just connect to the different tools. You can use MCP here to connect, okay, to LLM and your AI agent. We will develop lot of use cases in the companies. There are many use cases actually. So this is what I would like to thought you. And regarding the course, every day morning 7:30 a.m. IST course is starting from the Monday, April, and it's going to be a 4 months course. It's going to be a 4 months course. We cover 4 modules, which is 4 modules, which is MLOps, LLMOps, AIOps, and AI agentic operations. So you can have a syllabus and all in the website. Just please go to the ksrdatavision.com and please find this advanced AIOps program, and there you can find the syllabus as well. Sir, any questions as of now?
So far, no, good.
Cool.
So far, good.
Sorry, please go ahead.
Thank you.
Yeah. This is how the systems will work. I'm only took some of the examples. Only few less things only. We can do many more things. The companies are moving the way forward on our head. We're not even thinking that is the thing. Leadership people are bringing many, many, many big use cases. And towards that, data science team and AI engineers, AI ML engineers are working too much hard to bring into the productions. That's why the jobs are very crazy, good packages, good. You will get satisfied with that because the AI is the next generation thing. When you playing with AI, you'll really enjoy it. But the only thing is at your current critical system, how you can leverage the AI to make a value. So that is the thing. Cool. So any questions? If no questions, I'm good to conclude. Any questions, please ask me. I'll answer your
Can you
question.
please share that like lab link? Uh,
Sure. Sir, who are your coordinator? You might be seeing the numbers, right? Sir, admin, can you please share those all the information in the chat? Yes, Nitish.
So I have zero knowledge on AI and ML. So how this will help me for
Okay.
know
You have interest to learn AIML, right? So that will be
yes.
help you to get into the AIML. So anything that we wanted to change without interest, we can't. So nobody is not having. Example, I would like to go to the NASA or rocket science engineering. I wanted to learn. I don't know anything, but my interest will drive to it. I'll go. I'll start fundamentals, basics. Then I'll get to know. Similar way here also, sir. So no one is not having AML knowledge completely. Nowadays, because of this social media things and digital marketers are just telling this is an AIML. Because of them, people are got to know there's an AIML thing. This is doing like this. That's it. But nobody is not having a knowledge. Now
Means
to
like,
start,
do we require any prior knowledge basics about it before
I'll be
attending
telling
this class?
all the fundamentals, all basics. I'll tell what is AI and ML. But before that, if you really want to study, just study what AI and what ML and what is the difference between these two. Why I'm calling AI, why I'm calling ML, and why I'm calling LLM, why I'm calling an agent again, AI agent. What is the difference in it? So does the AI is first or ML is first? Or what ML is doing work and what AI is doing work? When AI is converted, when LLM is converted from ML. So these kind of things you can read, sir. If you're understanding this theory, and it will be very easy. This is the point where people are confused.
Hi,
Yeah, yeah.
Rajnikant. Hi,
Hi,
Rajnikant.
Vivek.
Hi. So I just saw got this course content. So you will be starting from the basic Linux and then Python and then go one by one. Or it's like, yeah, how do you do
Yeah,
that?
it is from basics itself first. First, always networking, because networking is some things I would like to touch, and then Linux, a basics, then AWS cloud, a basic thing I'll touch, and then Python. Python is again after DevOps things, Docker, Kubernetes, and GitHub Actions. Like GitHub Actions is in the part only. GitHub Actions CI/CD, and then Python.
Okay.
Then we'll
And
go with PyML.
okay, and everything we can like whatever you teach now that we can do it in our own laptop, everything, or we need to have some cloud
Cloud,
subscriptions to do something.
cloud. Yeah, cloud you have to.
Okay.
Because yeah, everything can be done in laptop also. You're okay, but everything doing at the laptop will not give a production grade knowledge. We
Okay.
are doing some on a cloud. When we do in the cloud only, we'll get to know how we have to develop the things. In
Or
companies,
do
they use cloud, not
or,
local.
or do we need to pay for something like cloud related services? Anything we need to pay or
AWS cloud, a free tier is there. Azure also free tier is there. GCP also free tier is there. So if your free tier limit is done, you can convert that account as a pay as you go. Whatever
okay,
the practice you do, you have to pay for that only. If, for example, you're doing for 2 hours, and in a month you're doing for 2 hours, means hardly you'll get 500 rupees. That's it.
okay. And the last question is the timings will be the same,
Same.
7:30 morning. Yeah. Okay. There is no evening batch, right?
Yeah, yeah. So evening I already occupied with other
Oh,
batches. So
okay.
after they finish only I can start. Generative AI is something I would like to start, but
Yeah.
now this is a because this is an actually jobs requirement things. More jobs are running in the market. If you learn this, it's easy to apply.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Cool. So anything if I'm missing regarding any other information, our team will be follow up with you. Just please attend the call, and if you have any things answered, and they will answer, and you have any questions, ask them. They will tell you each and everything, or they can also directly connect to me as well if you wanted to talk with me directly. My team will directly connect to me. Okay. Thank you all. Thank you very much, and we will meet in the next session on the Monday.
Thanks. Thanks, Ravikant.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.